curious, as a safety net, especially on the transportation side, is there safety technology that you use in the trucks? I know a lot of long hauls, they might use forward-facing, backward-facing cameras, other equipment, whether they use it for training, even telematic devices, things like that. What do you guys use?
We have forward-facing and driver-facing cameras. Yeah. We use, what was it on the other side? OmniTrax?
Well, yeah, we have Motive on our transport side and OmniTrax on our residential side.
Yep.
So we don't love that we have two different systems, but we're stuck with that for at least a couple more years, and then we'll reconsider what we're doing. But you know, we go out of our way. First of all, we reward them for doing things right on the camera. They get an extra bonus if their performance on the camera is, you know, over a certain level. And then by the same token, what we really never ever do is browbeat them with what we see. I mean, it's easy to sit there and say, oh, we want it to be game tape, and we do.
Right.
You know, we want it, but sometimes it's hard to take a look at that and go, you know, I don't want to send this to a driver and say, hey, you know, this is such a nitpicky little thing. Like, so we really pick our battles.
It's a fine line, right?
Right. And so, and it's hard to convince guys that, you know, we really have your best interest at heart with this camera, and we're protecting the company and we're protecting you, because that camera is going to be either your prosecuting attorney or your defense attorney. And the difference in the two that determines that is you as a driver. But I get it from a driver's point of view. It's invasive, and it's a change. The older drivers do have a bit more of a challenge with it, but that's the way the industry is going.
Especially insurance.
Oh, I mean,
litigation.
We can't ever change it. That's the thing. So, you know, how we manage it with those guys is Matt he's got to really, you know, have a soft touch with it.
Yeah, it's tough because you can't do it in a way like Andy said. I try to tell everybody when I first talk, like, look, I'm not picking on you, but this is what we need to work on. Even a 20-year guy is going to have flaws that can be corrected, and that's where the coachability we talked about with recruiting really comes into play. Like, you got to be open. And one of our newer drivers, he's been one of the most receptive people to his different issues. Like, he'll pop up and I'll say he doesn't have a seatbelt on. He's like, I have my seatbelt on, you can see it, you know, and he's buying into it. You know, I've had more guys call us. We switched camera systems recently, and we've had more guys call and like say, hey, look, I saw this on the camera, you know, whereas they didn't get that before. It didn't go to their phone right away, where now it does. And they'll call in and say this issue. Like, that driver specifically would constantly have seatbelt issues, even though he had it on. He bought a silver reflective thing now that goes so he can, you know, make sure that he's not getting seatbelt violations, which we can expunge those too. Like, if we see that it's something that's not there, but no, it's the technology that they're coming up with for some of these things are, you know, it makes us safer, but it does, you know, we talked about not make sure they don't feel like they're picked on too.
Right.
So it's
that's totally fair.
You know, and we're not doing this yet at Shipley. We will at some point. Done this with other companies in the past. When we put cameras in trucks, we put cameras in offices.
Oh, fair.
You know, there's not going to be a camera in the CEO's office, let's be honest, but there'll be a camera in common work areas or certain areas, because one of the things that always comes back to you is, well, you don't have a camera. Well, yes, I do. Yeah, we all do.
It's the same thing with like professional drivers versus just everybody else on the road. They should have a telematic device too. Maybe they should have speed limiters too. You know, it's a fair argument.
Yeah.